The easiest way to start your Google Slides presentation is to launch a window in Google Chrome, and you're just going to go to the waffle and select Slides. Now you're going to be asked if you would like to open up a previous one or start a new presentation, and most times you're going to start a new one. It's really important to name your new presentation because you want to be able to find it. So right where it says Untitled Presentation, you are just going to simply select that and you are going to title it whatever your presentation needs to be called. Once you have your Google Slide presentation named, it's time to start creating your presentation. And if you go and select this plus button right here, this allows you to basically add a new slide. And if you go to the other side, it shows you all the different options for different styles you can use for the different slides. Now let's talk about adding content to your slides. Adding text is pretty straightforward, but if you want to add images or if you want to add video, depending on where you have your image or your video saved is going to depend on how you go about retrieving it on your Chromebook. So if you are looking to add an image in from, say, the web, then you would go ahead and just search for the image, and it's pretty straightforward how you put it into your Google Slide presentation. You just open up a new tab and you go ahead and search for whatever it is that you're looking for. Click on images, and then once you find an image, you can literally just click on the image and drag it into your Google Slide presentation and it will drop right in. Just make sure if you use an image that is not your own that you are citing it. Okay, let's say you want to use an image from your Google Drive. All right, let's say you have saved an image in Google Drive and you want to use it now in your presentation. So you are going to go to Insert, Image, and then you're going to select your Google Drive. Make sure you know where in your Google Drive you have it saved, okay? That's really important to know where you have. Now, if you've taken a picture from your camera and you've shared it, if you've emailed it to yourself, make sure that you have downloaded it from your email and you have put it into your drive somewhere, okay? So I know I've got it stuck in Advisory, and these are the pictures that I shared from my phone. So these are images that I am now going to simply click on and then insert into the Google presentation. Now, this one went in large, so all you have to do is take those little side buttons, those little blue kind of triangles, and you're just going to pull it to the size that you want the image to be, okay? Now, you notice you could still go ahead and add in text behind it if you want. I'm going to go ahead and add in winter and the Halloween pumpkin. And then you can also use, there are 3 little dots that you're going to see in just a second, that when I select them, they end up going ahead and allowing me to do other things. See these 3 little dots right here? It allows me to go ahead and change the font size. It changes whether it's centered. So a lot of different things that you can play around with in this setting, okay? And depending on what box you have selected, it's going to depend on what those 3 little dots will show you. So I don't want you to get confused and wonder what happened to all these options. It's just that depending on what box you have selected will depend on what the 3 dots show you. For example, because now I have selected the picture of winter, when I go click on the 3 dots, it says, hey, do you want to animate this? So this is how we can go ahead and animate our pictures. We can make them appear or disappear on a click. We can pick different ways for how we want this to happen. And if you notice on the left hand side where it has slide 1, 2, and 3, there are some little circles now by it. That's telling me that that particular slide has some sort of animation on it. So that's a quick way for you to know if there is something going on with that particular slide. And as you see, you can play around with this. You can click it to play and you can see what it looks like. So that's how you can put in images that are on your Google Drive, okay? Now I did want to show you how you can arrange pictures too. So I'm going to click on a new slide and I'm going to add in 2 pictures from my Google Drive. I'm going to follow the same process as before. I'm going to go to Insert, Image, and I'm going to go to my Google Drive because that's where my pictures are stored. Let's say though that your pictures or your video are ones that you used your camera from the Chromebook to take. So at that point, what you're going to do is you're still going to go to Insert, but this time you are going to select Upload from Camera. If you were to select Camera, it's going to allow you to take a picture or a video in that moment. But if you've already taken it, then you are going to select Upload from Computer. Once you click on that, you are then going to see Camera as an option. So you're going to select Camera at that point, and you will see the photographs that have been taken. You will not see videos. We have to do something different with videos. So I'm just going to pick one that I did, and then I'm going to click Open, and it's going to insert it into that slide. So once that's done, then I can move it around. And one thing I do want to show you is that you can move images and even text boxes in front or behind of something else. All you have to do is select the box that you want to arrange in some way, and then you are going to either send it back or bring it forward. Okay, so you're going to click Order, and then you're going to say, in this case, I would send it back because it's sitting in front of that particular other picture. So once I hit Send Back, the other picture now becomes the one that's in front of it. So you can play around with that and have a little bit of fun with arranging your text boxes, your images, and it just adds a little bit more to your presentation. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about inserting a video. Once again, it depends on where you have it saved. If you have, say, shared a video to your Google Drive, then you are going to go to Insert, you're going to go down to Video, and you're going to select Google Drive. Of course, once again, you have to remember where you saved it in your Google Drive. But if you haven't already added it to your Google Drive, you're going to have to do a couple of steps. First, you're going to have to find Files in your little application button. Once you get to Files, you're going to click on Camera. That's going to show you all the things you've recorded using the camera. Select your video and then select Share and select Drive. Then you have to determine where you're going to save it in your Google Drive. Okay, once you have determined where you're going to save it in your Google Drive, you're going to select that, and then you're going to click Save again. So now it should be in your Google Drive, and you should be able to access it to insert it into your presentation. As you can see, once you actually have the video, it's pretty straightforward to go ahead and insert it into your Google slide, and it just pops right up, and it does give you some options as to, do you want this to play automatically? Do you want it to play on a click? So there are different things you can play around with that as well. Okay, just to wrap up for your Google presentation, these are just a few things to remember. And of course, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me.